Where's our audience?
It's mini interview time. I was riding the bus with this guy. I was telling about my day. It was my private limo, and then this woman gets on. I'm like, oh, now I got a woman, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. She's like, I'm glad you know that. And then I said, do you live here? She's like, oh yeah, I live here. And she's like, no, what are you talking about? I'm here for the film festival. Whatever. No, I said, are you here for the film festival? Anyways, all right. I hope you enjoyed this interview. No, I'm just kidding. What's your name?
Rashayla Marie Brown.
Rashayla Marie Brown.
Yes.
And she's made a movie for Slamdance about her mother who wanted to become a reality TV star.
Absolutely.
And the bus driver just said that he'd heard people talking about it. So that's crazy. How an experimental short?
Yeah, it is.
Based on a true story?
It is. It has documentary and comedy, drama, narrative elements. So that's what makes it experimental, because it can't really fit into one genre category.
All right.
And it basically kind of leads you in the process of understanding how a story is built from that perspective of reality TV. But with, the idea that we all know that, but then it kind of leads you out into this more abstract kind of space where my family members kind of reinterpret what are tropes of reality TV with actual kind of art film elements, or with theater elements, or things that you might not necessarily see in a typical narrative driven.
Wow. How long is the movie?
It's 21 minutes and 16 seconds.
Oh, that's pretty long. That's pretty long.
For a short,
yeah. You could stretch that out to a feature easily.
Right? Why not?
Wow, it's like, so. Well, this is your calling card now. Yeah, your mom's like, come on, I want to be a Hollywood star.
Yeah,
she wants her Oscar.
Right?
Yeah, that's crazy. What reality show was she trying to get on?
So she was on a pilot for a WeTV show called The Stockmans, which was actually supposed to be based around my cousin, who is married to one of the former members of Boyz II Men, and she also has a lot of friends who are, celebrity, whatever you want to call it. Bruno Mars is one of their friends. Like, they have friends in Hollywood. And so they were going to make a show about her running her nonprofit, Micah's Voice, which is to support children with autism. But true to the nature of reality TV, they needed someone with a lot more interesting kind of drama story.
Right. It's always going to be conflict and all this nonsense.
And my mother, honestly, was the most interesting person on the set. She was the most interesting person in the story. So I already knew, before anybody else knew, that she was actually the star, but they were trying to undercut her and not pay her so that they could do a spinoff later. And so the special the pilot got canceled because it became clear to the rest of everyone that she was the actual title character, even though the show was not named after her. And if you've ever read a reality TV contract, you know that they can change the name of the show, they can change the premise of the show, they can change the topic of the show at any given time if they want to, and that is a part of your contract. So my mother was about to sign a contract where basically she was signing up to become a spectacle, to be the star, and she kind of wised up to that. So that's the reason why the show didn't go through, because they didn't have anybody as interesting as her to be kind of the replacement, Yeah.
So she didn't do it because she was going to be the star, but they were going to
exploit her trauma.
Oh.
And so my film is really talking about, so it has that first kind of log line, right, which is about her trying to become a reality TV star, but really the secondary kind of premise underneath all of that, and secondary plot, is really talking about the nature of trauma porn in the industry and how people exploit trauma as a kind of pornographic device in film, and also use that specifically against women of color and people who are typically disenfranchised in the industry. So what I'm doing is kind of presenting this, what is a pretty typical narrative, and starting out with that, and then it goes into this kind of more critical stance, but very much in an abstract and experimental way. Wow. It's not really direct.
So people might take from it different things.
Oh, and that's the point. Yeah, we're definitely leading you to kind of have different conclusions at the end. But I think the main point is that if you are relying on a typical structure to take advantage of someone's pain, then the outcome is predictable from a narrative perspective. And so what I'm trying to do is actually teach the audience narrative development, which a lot of them say that they want to be involved in. They wish they could save their favorite character on a TV show or whatever.
Right.
And so what I'm trying to show them is like, well, if you have a desire for a certain type of narrative, you are going to have a desire for a certain type of outcome. And I am not going to give that to you. So that is essentially what the film is Always.
Oh, you're subverting expectations.
Always.
You're like Ryan Johnson in The Last Jedi.
I have to, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a visual artist, and so this is my first, you know, directorial debut. And so
Wow.
really what I'm trying to do is kind of take the things that I've learned from being a visual artist, a conceptual artist,
Yeah.
and put them into the film space, but in a way that I think can be relatable to
Sure.
the average viewer.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And see, your mom gets to be double famous now.
She better be.
Yeah, that's cool. Where does she live in LA?
No, she lives in Atlanta, which is now becoming a hub for making a lot of films and TV.
Yeah. I interviewed
So-
Tyler Perry recently. He's got his big studio
Oh yeah,
there.
he has a sign on the highway. That's how you know he's big. Now.
Ooh, uh-huh.
When they say the exit is Tyler Perry Studios, Tyler Perry Studios, then you know that you're pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've made it, right?
You got your. I know. Yeah. Did you say your mom is the one who's friends with like Bruno Mars, or it's
Well, her cousin is.
her cousin? Ah, the cousin. All right, we
Yeah.
got to be nice to the cousin then.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, we're all nice to the cousin. Hello, cousin. If you ever
No,
need.
we talk about that in the film, so you
Okay.
can get to see some of that more
Oh man.
behind the scenes kind of thoughts and feelings about that relationship.
All right. Well, no spoilers then. You got to go see the film. Get down to Slamdance.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And what do you think of all this, bus driver? You gonna go see the movie?
I would love to, yeah.
Yeah.
Recommendations from the previous passengers, they were buzzing about it, so
That's
really,
right.
really cool.
They're from New Jersey, which we're just calling that kind of New York. It's like not quite New York, but whatever. Wow. So,
gosh.
and yeah, he would not lie. He's the bus driver. Does that sound like what you like to be called, the bus driver? Or is there like?
I'm actually the assistant manager. I normally don't drive.
Oh,
Right.
I'm
see?
usually kind of the
I can
you know, administrative office,
Mhm.
etc. But you know, it's like all hands on deck right now. We
Right,
want
right.
to perform a successful Sundance.
Yeah.
You know, provide proper transportation, keep people warm. I mean, just like you, like, hey, you want to jump on in? Like,
Yeah. I would have been
So-
late for. I'm probably still gonna be late for this thing. But if the bus hadn't come by and stuff, so. That's great. It's like Jeff Bezos, delivering packages. It's like everybody's got to pitch in.
You kind of look like him.
Thank you. I get that.
Nice.
I get that all the time. I get that all the time. People coming up to me in bars like you look like Jeff Bezos. But today, Moby, I interviewed him at Slamdance, and he he has the same glasses, same head, and I said, hey, they were just taking photos of me as you're standing. He's like, yeah, all bald guys with glasses, we're all interchangeable. And I'm like,
OMG.
there we go. OMG. Well, there you go. Well, thank you for watching this mini interview. Check out the movie. And I feel like this is going to be the beginning of your film career, like more films and such.
Yeah, I was gonna ask where you gonna put this.
Oh, just for me to watch later.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, I'm just kidding. It's I'm gonna put it on my YouTube, Spark the Genius. It's gonna go on my. I guess that's basically it.
Okay,
well, no,
YouTweebs.
yeah, Instagram,
Alright.
TikTok. Actually, it'll fit.
Okay.
And maybe I'll take the audio and actually use it as a podcast.
Sounds good.
There's gonna be so many places. All right, bye for now.
Bye.